Descendants. Now, the first Descendants movie came out in 2015, and it's actually one of Disney Channel's most watched movies ever, putting it up there with High School Musical 2 and Teen Beach Movie. I should probably check that one out sometime. But yeah, so this movie's got to be a masterpiece, right? Let's check it out. The movie starts out by introducing us to this kind of hodgepodge world of Disney characters.
Once upon a time, long, long ago. Well, more like 20 years ago. Belle married her beast.
Wait a second here. You're telling me 20 years ago the beast looked like that? Whatever happened to this guy? Looks like Belle got the old Tinder switcheroo, you know what I mean? See, that's why you gotta be careful.
Fuck?
You think you're talking to a guy with a perfect jawline and he's telling you all about his singing teapots or whatever, and then bam, turns out it was just some divorced high school math teacher the whole time. Anyway, so the king's son, Ben, will somehow become the new king when he turns 16, which I'm pretty sure that's not how any of this works, especially since his dad was apparently elected king.
Yeah, so instead of a honeymoon, Beast united all of the kingdoms and got himself elected King of the United States of Oregon.
You know, I got a lot of questions about the socioeconomics of this world. Whatever, let's move on.
He rounded up all the villains and sidekicks, basically all the really interesting people, and he booted them off to the Isle of the Lost with a magical barrier to keep them there.
The Lost?
Anyway, so Ben wants to release some of the Disney villain kids from the Island of the Lost and let them come to his high school. Because when you see a 2008 Justin Bieber haircut in 2015, okay, you know this guy's a risk taker. So here is where the movie actually gets going. We flash sideways over to the
YouTube
island and we get our first
Twitch.
look at who the bad kids are.
Oh, there's news! I buried the lead. You four have been chosen to go to a different school. In Oregon.
Vänta, är det där Maleficent?
What?
But yeah, so this is the Island of the Lost, which kind of just looks like if you crossed Hook with Newsies, but all the songs are dubstep for goodness knows what reason. Anyway, so it turns out these are the kids that get to leave the island and hang out with Ben and his cool hair. We have Mal, Maleficent's daughter, Carlos, son of Cruella de Vil, Jay, son of Jafar, and Evie, the daughter of Evil Queen. And of course, being who they are, wouldn't you be shocked to learn that there's maybe a little something more going on behind this whole thing?
You will go, you will find the fairy godmother, and you will bring me back her magic wand.
Alla det här, eller?
What's in it for us?
It's all about you and me, baby. Do you enjoy watching innocent people suffer?
Well, yeah, I mean, who doesn't?
Well, then get me the wand, and you and I can see all that and so much more.
So long story short, the kids get picked up in a magic limo and taken to the
Modesta,
Oregon Prep School, where they're greeted by Ben, the kid from before, the fairy godmother.
I'm fairy godmother, headmistress.
The fairy godmother?
Är det han som dog?
Bippity boppity boo?
That was a long time ago. And as I always say, don't focus on the past or you'll miss the future.
Yeah, you should probably stop saying it like that. And we also meet Ben's girlfriend, Princess Audrey, who smiles way more than any person ever should. Like, I mean, seriously, this is the face you make when someone tells you to smile, you know, and you're just like, is this good enough for you?
This is Audrey.
Relate.
Princess Audrey. His girlfriend. Right, Benny Boo?
Oh my fucking god.
You're Maleficent's daughter, aren't you?
I like the evil kids way more.
Yeah, you know what? I totally do not blame you for your mother trying to kill my parents and stuff.
Ja, ta hand om dig Tiss och du måste skicka bild sen i Discord hur det blev.
Tours of their new dorm rooms and everything. And of course, you know, they don't like them because they're all nice and clean and gross. But they got more important things to worry about, all right? They gotta find the fairy godmother's magic wand, and I assume a whole lot of baby powder, because, I mean, they're wearing these, like, leather polyester outfits for the entire movie, so, you know, it's gotta be quite the adventure going on over there.
Yeah, it's gonna be very fucking sweaty. Now, thanks to the power of the
internet, they find out that the magic wand is being held in a museum nearby. So they make their way over to the museum, and we get all kinds of cool Disney Easter eggs, like the guard being put to sleep by having him prick his finger on the magic spindle thing.
Vi är uppe på tvn, eller nu är alla uppe på datorn, alla uppe på datorn, nu är alla uppe på datorn. Fan vad kul vi har. I'm lying in bed because my head is... No, please rest up, Modesta. Have you been sick today?
The only way to wake someone up from this spell is with a kiss, right? So like the next day at work's gotta be real awkward.
Han verkade väldigt precious.
You gonna do it? No. You? Nope. Well, I guess this is goodbye, Jerry. Anyway, so they find the wand and try to take it, which sets off the alarm, but they all manage to escape just in time, which is really impressive because, like, how do you even run in these outfits? Now, the next day is the kids' first day at school. And, of course, you know, things start out a little awkward.
If someone hands you a crying baby, do you A, curse it?
Yes.
B, lock it in a tower?
Yes.
C, give it a bottle? Or D, carve out its heart.
But as luck would have it, Mal runs into Jane, the fairy godmother's daughter, and she pretends to be her friend and gives her nice hair, you know, the foundation for any good friendship, as I always say, in hopes that she will somehow help get the wand, I guess.
Do my nose.
Very real.
I can't. Not like your mom, with her wand. She doesn't use the wand anymore. What a rip.
That's the face! Yeah. Oh, Mother. I just don't understand why you can't make me beautiful, too.
Think it would work?
Yeah. And hey, invite me.
Anyway, so while this is all going on, the other characters have their own little adventures, like Evie starts to have a thing for Prince Charming's son, aka Prince Jay starts playing whatever this sport is, and Carlos gets scared by a dog.
Why are you holding him? He's gonna attack you! Carlos, you've never actually met a dog, have you? You're a good boy, aren't you? I guess you guys have it pretty rough on the island.
Let's just say we don't get a lot of belly rubs.
Well, I would certainly hope not. What's going on in this movie? Or there's this part later on where like another girl sees what Mal did for Jane, and of course, you know, she wants to be cool too now.
I love it.
You too. It's just...
Yay, tack så mycket.
What? That's all it takes? I've been doing it wrong this whole time? Anyway, so later in the movie, we learn that during the prince's coronation ceremony, you know, when he actually becomes king, the fairy godmother is going to use the magic wand for something, and everyone gets to attend.
Yeah,
so finally, this is their chance to get the wand and do whatever their plan is.
They told me before, Owl has told me a lot.
Is it true that we all get to go to your coronation?
Yeah, the whole school goes.
I like how broken his voice is.
Do you think that it's a possibility that the four of us could stand in the front row next to the fairy godmother just so we could soak up all that goodness?
I wish you could. Up front, it's just me, my folks, and my girlfriend.
Now, after hearing this, Mal's like, "What's that, girlfriend you say?"
Thank you so much, I saw.
And goes off to the kitchen to start making a love cookie to try and brainwash Ben into dumping Audrey and falling in love with Mal instead. Which I feel is completely unnecessary, because let me tell you, okay, when I was 16, if some cute girl with purple hair came up and gave me a cookie, I mean, it just would have been all over for me. Anyway, so she makes the cookie and gives it to Ben.
No, hey.
How are they?
They're good. They're great. They're amazing.
Are they poison?
The chocolate, the chocolate chips. I'm sorry.
See, that's why you don't go for the sugar-free kind, all right? Just one bite and the rest of your day is ruined.
True.
Mal, have you always had those little golden flecks in your eyes?
Ja, ibland så känns det fan kallt.
How you feeling?
-20!
Okay, so just real quick question here, guys. What's going on with Jay over here? Is he okay? But anyway, so turns out the cookie worked maybe a little too well, and now Ben loves Mal so gosh darn much he just has to sing about it. You know, like you do. So now that Ben is like so in love with Mal or whatever, he asks her out on a date. But not just a date, okay? It's like a date, you know what I mean? So to prepare for this, Evie helps Mal look less like herself. Because, you know, if you're gonna make a movie like this, you gotta have a makeover scene.
True.
I know.
I think she looks exactly the same kind of.
For the first time, I understand the difference between pretty and beautiful.
Anyway, so then they go on this super romantic date through the forest, and they have like a picnic by the lake that Ben set up beforehand, and look at me, I'm Ben, I'm so perfect. So out of nowhere, Ben's just like, "Hey Mal, do you want to watch me swim?" And then Mal's like, "Nah, I'm good." But then she takes one look at his abs, and it's all like... And she sings a song about how she's falling in love with him or whatever. But you know, to be fair, I did the same thing when I was in high school, except take guy with abs and replace him with girl who walked by me in the hallway once. But still, after this, Ben lets us all know that he has no idea how first dates work and just throws out one of those.
Mal, I told you that I loved you. What about you?
Well, you know, I wouldn't say love.
Det är mig glad att höra.
Sure, I'm a pretty big fan of myself, all things
jag mår
considered,
bra.
so...
Jag mår bra.
Wait, what was the question? Anyway, so skipping ahead a little bit, it's the day of the coronation, and finally time to get that magic wand. Now, believe it or not, Mal's not completely evil, and she plans to undo her love spell on Ben before the whole, like, taking over the world thing happens, because otherwise, you know, that'd be kind of rude.
Reina Bot says hi to Stealth.
Yeah. It's just for later.
Always thinking. But I can't wait.
No!
This is really good.
Would you say that you're still that you have very strong feelings for me?
Let's give the anti-love potion a few minutes to take effect.
What? What? You knew?
He knew? Oh my God, he was in love with her all this time.
Wore off a long time ago. But like I said, a cute girl with purple hair.
Min röst är död, men annars är det bra.
Come on, what am I gonna do? Say no? Anyway, so the coronation starts, you know, big fancy ceremony and all that. But I gotta say, I know that Disney Channel doesn't have the biggest budgets or whatever, but like, how has their green screen technology not gotten any better since like Halloween Town 1? What's going on over there, guys? Anyway, so the fairy godmother takes out her magic wand, Mal grabs it and blasts open the barrier on the island and unleashes all the Disney villains into... What's that now? No. You're kidding.
Child, what are you doing? If you won't make me beautiful, I'll do it myself.
Oh, wow.
Well, isn't that something? So let me just get this straight here. Jane wants to be pretty, and so naturally, of course, that means the wand is therefore going to destroy the barrier on the island? Just wham bam bibbidi bow, there you go. Like, how exactly does magic work in this world?
CGI.
And on top of that, like, what even was Jane's plan here? She's just gonna, like, make herself all purty in front of everyone as if her mom isn't just gonna undo the spell 5 seconds later anyway? And everyone already knows what she looks like, so, huh?
Disney Channel movies, they don't always make sense.
Anyway, so Mal takes the wand away from Jane, and she's about to do, you know, whatever she's gonna do with it, but that's when things take a turn.
I think I want to be good.
You are good.
How do you know that?
Because I'm listening to my heart.
Varför känner jag igen honom?
I want to listen to my heart too.
No, you don't.
Have you ever noticed that that's like the solution to every problem in every Disney movie? But like, I tried that once, and I did not get very far.
No, don't listen to your heart.
Hey, you remember that time you went to Starbucks and the barista said, enjoy your drink, and you said, yeah, you too? Why don't we just think about that for 12 hours?
Oh my God, no.
Or how about that time in high school when Jessica randomly asked if you wanted to come over and study, and you said, no thanks, I studied yesterday? Whoops. Sure hope you weren't planning on sleeping tonight. So in the end, Mal and the other kids decide that being good is cool and friendship is magic and everybody fist bumps for some reason. And they all live happily ever after until 10 seconds later.
But it's cute. Va?
You know, I gotta hand it to you, Disney Channel. Somehow, you always make your villains the most obnoxious people ever. Hats off to you. Anyway, so Mal tries to convince her mom that taking over the world and stuff might not be the best idea.
I've had years and years and years and years of practice being evil. You'll get there.
No, I will not. Love is not weak or ridiculous. It's actually really amazing.
Okay, Mal, let's just hold on for a second here. You're like, what, 16? How about we circle back in like 10 years after you've dated your 4th guy who thinks that grinding his own coffee is a personality, and we can talk about it then, all right? Anyway, so in the end, Mal uses the power of love, yes, really, to turn her mom into a baby lizard, and then she gives the wand back, and everyone sings and dances and all that Disney stuff. Now, this movie is a musical, right? But I don't know. The songs are so few and far between that it's actually kind of jarring when suddenly everyone starts singing, and then you're like, oh, right, yeah, this again. This movie's also full of what I like to call Disney Channel personality. What I mean is, like, all the characters are supposed to be around, like, 16 or whatever, right? And yet they all act like they're maybe 10? I mean, like, if this was a kid's movie with, like, kids in it, this would be fine. But, like, 16? Anyway, so with the 3rd Descendants movie coming out this August, I guess we'll just have to check out the 2nd one, too, sometime soon. So, you know, look forward to that, I guess. So last week I did Lizzie McGuire, and you know, this week I'm doing Descendants. And one thing I thought was really interesting is like going back to Lizzie McGuire.
Descendants 2 innan jag kör Shadow?
It's almost 20 years old at this point when it started. And it's cheesy and it's weird and it's dumb and whatever. With Lizzie McGuire, the characters are 13 years old, and they kind of act like 13-year-olds, like what I expect or what I remember or, you know, what I would think a 13-year-old. You know, there's just something about Disney Channel movies. Like, they're so bad, but they're still so good at the same time. I don't know how they do it, but it's actually kind of impressive. Anyway, last month, I made a video about the first Descendants movie, which turns out was actually one of Disney Channel's most popular movies ever. Now, 2 years after the first one, in 2017, Descendants 2 came out, and was their most popular movie since the first one. So, you know, I guess the swap just didn't do it for you, huh? But anyway, I figured it was about time I head back to Auradon and see what kind of wacky adventures everyone's gonna get into this time. Right in the beginning of the movie, we meet our good old friend Mal, who's looking a little different than she did in the first movie. I mean, you know, it's a tale as old as time, right? Girl meets boy, they fall in love, and then bam, no more
Any
zippers.
specific reason
Mal
you're
gets
doing
taken
great?
away by Evie to get ready for the upcoming Royal Cotillion. Now, this cotillion is really just like a fancy ceremony thing where Mal is going to become an official lady of the court, whatever that means. But here's the thing, okay? Ever since Mal started dating Ben's abs, she has to go to all these dinners and meetings and just all those things you have to do when your boyfriend looks like, you know, what if Justin Bieber took a shower. But deep down, she feels like something isn't quite right.
You don't ever miss running wild and just breaking all the rules?
Like stealing and lying and fighting?
Yeah. No. What? Why would we?
No, I totally get where Mal's coming from. I mean, I wish I could go back to a time when life was exciting and I was just so happy every day because I didn't know what calories were yet. So I'm with you, Mal. But also, it's not like Ben's making things any easier.
I have a little surprise for you.
Vad fotograferar ni för något?
Wow. That's like every day now.
Du får jättegärna droppa bilder i Discord.
Even days. Because you're even more perfect than I thought.
Oh my fucking god.
Ben, I want to like you, but you can't just say things like that, okay? Anyway, after this, we meet up with Carlos, who finally hit puberty, and Jay has a cool purse now. Now, here's the thing. Carlos wants to ask Jane to the cotillion dance thing, but of course that means he'd actually have to talk to her. And let me tell you, there is nothing scarier than asking a girl out when you're 16. Cause like, what if she says no, and then instead of going to homecoming, you just spend the whole night eating Junior Mints and watching The Little Mermaid, sing-along edition. Anyway, so Carlos keeps trying to ask Jane out, but every time he does, it's just like, hey Jane, do you wanna... So he begs Mal to make him like a truth gummy that's gonna make him say how he really feels about a lot of things, but also how he feels about Jane.
So, this thing will make me say what I really feel to Jane.
Yeah, I mean, this is a truth gummy, so.
Perfect.
Hold on, though. Are you sure that you want to be taking this? Because this is going to make you say the truth.
Which I gotta say sounds like the worst idea.
Oh, hey, Carlos. Heard you wanted to ask me something.
Yeah, you ever notice how in a Goofy movie, Roxanne and her dad are completely different kinds of dog? Like, what's up with that? Unless her mom remarried or something, which means Roxanne's living with her deadbeat stepdad? Now, that's kind of dark if you think about it. Like, how come we never learn anything about her? And then in the second movie, she's not even there? Like, what's going on with that? Also, you want to go to prom? Anyway, back to the movie.
Goofy movie.
Take my chances, I guess.
Okay. Bad dog.
He talks.
Man, that thing was nasty.
Oh no.
It's a talking dog movie now.
Oh no.
Oh. So after this, we cut over to the Island of the Lost. And here we meet some new characters who are probably gonna cause trouble, I assume.
That snooty little witch who grabbed everything she wanted and left me nothing.
Look, we have her turf now. They can stay in Boredon.
Harry, that's
Is
her
she
turf
daughter
now.
to Captain Hook
And
or
I
something?
wanted to. Son of Hook, son of Gaston,
Yeah.
and me, most of all, daughter of Ursula.
Okay,
Nah,
first
Ursula,
of all,
okay.
thank you for the exposition. Second, I mean, son of Hook, I get that. Son of Gaston, yeah, okay, sure. I mean, there's probably a lot of those he doesn't
Son
even
of
know about, you know what I'm
Ursula.
saying? But daughter of Ursula? I mean, how? Like, who? You know, I got a whole list of questions here, but let's just move on. Anyway, so this girl is Uma, and she's angry because Mal and Evie and all them get to live in Auradon, but she's just stuck here on the island. In fact, she's so upset she sings a song about
That
it.
makes
Okay?
way more
That's how you know
sense.
things are getting serious.
Yeah.
Now, flashing sideways over to Mal,
ja.
she and Ben are having a picnic, which is apparently all there is to do in Auradon. And Ben's
My
really
day was
impressed
good.
that
How was
Mal
yours,
was able to make all
Modesta?
this stuff in like half an hour.
I've just been
But that's
working.
when he learns the truth.
Do you have a napkin or something?
I do. I packed
my
them.
name?
I
What's
think
my
I
name?
stowed
What's
them
my
away.
name?
I can
Umar.
grab them.
What's this? Speed reading spell. Blonde hair spell. Cooking spell.
You know, Mal's mom sure gave her like the lamest spell book. Oh, I
Yeah.
can change my hair color and make food appear out of nowhere. Actually, never mind. That sounds awesome. Anyway,
That
so
actually
Ben finds
sounds
out
awesome.
Mal's
I
been
want
using
that.
magic, which I guess is like a no-no, and he's not too happy about it.
Du får reda
You've
koll.
been
Det är
keeping
sant.
secrets and lying to me.
Yay, tack så mycket.
I'm a big fake, okay? This is fake. This is fake. This is who I really am.
You're a peanut butter sandwich? I think this is one of those metaphors that sounds way better in your head, you know what I mean? Now, Mal's upset because she just can't seem to fit in with Auradon, and she has to keep pretending to be all perfect all the time. So, she decides to pack her things and head back to the island of the everyone has leather pants. Now, when Ben hears about Mal, he tries to come up with a plan to go to the island and win back the girl of his dreams.
This is my fault. This is my fault. I blew it. I have to go there and apologize.
Carlos,
I have to go there and beg her to come back.
And you'll never find her. You need to know the isle and how it works, and you have to take me with you.
Yes.
And we'll bring the boys too, because they're safety numbers, and none of us is really too popular over there right now.
And of course, this means Evie gets to play dress up and gives Ben all these cool zippers. And then they teach him how to walk like this for some reason. And finally, it's time to go get Mal. So they make their way over to her secret clubhouse, and Ben goes to apologize.
At least I don't see a picture of me with horns.
I mean, I knew things were getting tough for you, but I didn't know they were, I'm gonna give bangs a try level of bad. You know, this is kind of one of those things like every girl goes through where for some reason you think you might want bangs, and then you get them and crap, now you look like Dora the Explorer. So then you grow them back out for the next like 6 months, and finally when you're feeling good about yourself, and one night while you're asleep, this little fairy flies into your room and just whispers in your ear, "But what if you got bangs again?" Anyway, the scene continues.
What the fuck?
Al,
Bangs
so
look good though.
Please come home.
Bangs look fucking awesome though.
Don't quit us, Mal. The people love you. I love you.
Now, naturally, Ben's having some sad feelings and goes off on his own. But that's when he gets kidnapped by this guy, Harry, son of Hook, and taken to Uma's place. So now Mal has to go save the guy that she just rejected like 5 seconds ago.
I'm back. Loser, party of one.
Exactly.
Right this way, please.
Jag har alltid tyckt att Bangs ser skitbra ut.
Anyway, so Mal and Uma decide to settle things the way all teenage girls do, with an arm wrestling match.
If you win,
honestly, no matter the age.
Ben's free to go.
On 3.
1,
2, 3.
If I win, you bring me the wand.
Okay, wait a second here. The MacGuffin for this movie is the wand again? We're doing this again? So long story short, their big plan is to make a 3D printed version of the fairy godmother's wand, because in case you hadn't heard, Carlos has a 3D printer now, so, isn't that something? Anyway, they print out the fake wand, and then that girl from the first movie, you know, the one who like ripped her skirt so she could be cool or whatever, which does not work as well as I was led to believe, but that's not important right now. Yeah, so she finds out what they're doing and tags along with them back to the island.
Oh, Lonnie. I made them bring me. Oh, I'm so glad.
And dude,
I told you to stay.
I flunked obedience class.
See, he's a
what
dog.
The fuck?
And he flunked. Anyway, so then it's finally time to save Ben from Uma and Harry and all this eyeliner. So they all head over to Uma's pirate ship, and Mal shows her the wand. But then Uma's like, how do I know it's the real wand? And then Mal pretends to cast a spell on the dog because, you know, the dog can already talk, unfortunately for us.
Jag har glömt bort hur det är.
Has to make me look fat.
Then they trade the wand for Ben, but Uma realizes the wand is fake because it doesn't actually do anything. But like, as I recall, the whole point of the island is that magic doesn't work there.
This
kul att
is
bleka.
my hood. No magic, no Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi. I would rather die.
Which is the whole reason why Maleficent gave Mal the spellbook to take with her in the first place.
She says it doesn't work here, but it will in Auradon.
So even if they had actually brought the real wand, wouldn't it just do nothing anyway?
I mean, it
so,
is
like,
nice, men då får du fan vänta tills det växer ut om du ska ha något annat.
But anyway, then there's this big swashbuckling battle with Mal and her friends versus the pirates.
Amazeballs.
You know, every time the dog talks in this movie is just, It's like, I mean, it's like what I imagine menstrual cramps feel like. Anyway, so this fight goes on for much longer than it needs to, but eventually they all escape through a giant sewer pipe and back to the magic limo. But in all the hullabaloo, Mal drops her magic spellbook. Once Ben is safe and they're all back in Auradon, our 4 main characters sit down and have a little show and tell, but, you know, with feelings.
Everybody wants me to be this lady of the court, and I have no idea how to keep up the act.
We're never gonna be like anybody else here. That's okay.
And we can't fake it.
Yeah, I mean, especially without my spellbook.
Mal, if Ben doesn't love the real you, then he's not the one.
You know, of course it's important to be yourself and show the real you and all that stuff, but like, it's a gamble either way, to be honest. I mean, you pretend to be a normal human being, and of course that facade never lasts long, but then with the next person, you're very upfront about, you know, how you would rank every Tim Allen movie, and they don't call you back either. So just, I don't know, do whatever you want. Anyway, so that night is the cotillion, and Carlos is running out of time to ask Jane out. So he musters up all his courage and pops the question.
Would you be my date for cotillion? And if you don't absolutely hate me by the end of it, would you consider maybe being more than friends?
Anyway, so then it's finally time for the main event, which, just FYI, is being held on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean. Mal comes out looking all fancy, and then Ben comes out looking like this for some reason. But then, out of nowhere, guess who else shows up?
The Alex Meyers video. Take super good care of that stuff. Bye-bye. I'll see you soon.
Right away, Mal figures out that Uma must be using the spellbook she dropped earlier, and now Ben's under some kind of like magic mind control or something. And so, instead of using the fairy godmother who's standing right there with the wand, Mal uses the power of love, again, to break the spell.
I never told you that I loved you because I thought that I wasn't good enough. And I thought that it was only a matter of time before you realized that yourself. Ben, I know what love feels like now.
Okay.
Ben, I've always loved you.
God, he's so good. He's so freaking good.
Now, with the spell broken, Uma throws a fit and jumps into the ocean where she uses her magic necklace to turn into whatever this is.
I'm learning about the Descendants.
True love's kiss won't defeat this.
Okay, apparently she is.
Yeah, that's not really something I was worried about at this particular moment. Anyway, so then Mal uses her magic powers to turn into a dragon. You know, we're just getting a whole lot of information all at once here, and I don't really know what to do with it. Anyway, so Mal's like, grrr, and Uma's like, and then Ben remembers that his mom forgot to buy some more Pop-Tarts. And he too jumps in the ocean to tell them not to fight because, guys, friendship is cool.
Nobody wins this way.
You're okay, that makes me happy.
I respect each other.
What have you been doing today?
It won't be easy.
I'm good.
But let's be brave enough to try.
Now, after hearing all this, Uma's just like, nah, and swims away. But like, really though, the climax of the whole movie is just nothing. Anyway, in the end, Mal gives her spellbook to the fairy godmother. Ben promises to release a few more kids from the island, and then everybody sings a song about believing in yourself and the power of friendship and, I mean, you know, Disney Channel stuff.
So
now, I gotta say, in almost every regard, Descendants 2 is much better than the first one. Like, the songs are better, there's more of them, the way the characters act and talk is much more interesting and fun to watch. Everything's better, except for this guy over here. Why is he
what
here?
Did you do in
like,
Stockholm?
Just when I'm thinking, this movie's not so bad, we get one of these.
Amazeballs.
And my whole week is ruined. Anyway, Descendants 3 comes out August 2nd on Disney Channel. So, maybe you should expect a little something from me, maybe sort of kind of coming out around that same time, you know what I mean? Hey everyone, so, you know, in these videos, we all like to have fun and make some jokes and all that stuff, but just putting that aside for a second, a few days ago, Cameron Boyce, the guy who plays Carlos in the Descendants movies, he passed away in his sleep. And he was only 20 years old, which is, I mean, how is that a
20
thing?
years
now,
old,
I didn't watch the show Jesse or really anything else Cameron's done, and like, I'm just now getting into the Descendants movies, so there's not really a whole lot I can like genuinely say about the situation, but Cameron definitely had a bright future ahead of him, you know what I mean? And this is why one of the things I always say is like, if there's something you ever want to do in life, just go do it now, right? Because one day you might go to sleep and just not wake up. So, but yeah, I don't really know what to say. There's not much to say. I mean, it's sad. It sucks. What do you even say? What do you even do in a situation like this? But all I can say is thank you, Cameron, and we're going to miss you.
No, that's fucking awful.
You know, usually when you have movies that have sequels and stuff, it's like the first one comes out and it's like really good or kind of good or whatever.
Awful.
And then the sequel.
So, Do you guys wanna? Do you guys want me to watch the last one as well? Do you guys want me to watch the last one as well? Should we just watch the last one as well? Maybe should we just watch the last one as well? You want? Yes. Okay, we got a yes. Okay, cool. We're gonna watch the last
here we
one.
are, everybody.
Let's go.
The journey we all started together back in June has finally come to an end with Descendants 3. Now, I said this back in my before, so my expectations are relatively high, I guess you could say. I mean, the finale of one of Disney Channel's most popular franchises at the end of the second movie, we start out with everyone back on the Island of the Lost trying to find more villain kids, which are now called VKs, because of course they are, to take to Auradon.
Villain kids?
I can't believe this day has finally arrived! I honestly wish we could take you all with us, and someday, very soon, maybe we can.
The 4 new kids they pick are Smee's twin sons, Dizzy, the granddaughter of Lady Tremaine, aka Cinderella's stepmom, and Celia, the daughter of that doctor guy from The Princess and the Frog. So finally, it's the day when these new kids are supposed to come to Auradon. And here we get to meet our good old pal, King Ben, who apparently has just completely given up on his hair. It's kind of like when you're in high school and freshman year, you know, you're like, I'm ready to learn. And then by senior year, it's just, why do I even show up anymore? I woke up 5 minutes ago, can you tell? But anyway, back to the movie.
Mal.
Oh.
This is the exact
Is it a
spot
shit
we
movie?
first met not so long ago. I feel like I've known you my whole life. Now look at what you've done. You got me down on my knees.
Oh my gosh. What
the
Are you guys
fuck?
seeing this?
Things are gonna get give me the Felix up.
Will you be my queen?
Yes!
What?
Now, of course, everyone's really excited about everything that just happened,
Americans.
but there's a particular someone who's maybe not the most enthused.
Ben and Mal are the best! I'm so excited for Mal to be our queen. You'd really rather have a VK on the throne than me? What is wrong with you people?
Avatar Last Airbender-filmen, fy fan.
Yeah, so Princess Audrey's back in this movie, and she's just a little
Night
grumpy girl, because as you may recall, Mal stole her
jag kan
boyfriend,
inte
and
säga
now
något.
she's gonna be queen of Auradon. But I'm sure Audrey's pretty
Så
much
jävla
over it
glad
at this
för
point, right?
serien.
I mean, it's not like she's gonna break into the museum from the first movie and steal Maleficent's magic stick or whatever. Like, that's definitely not gonna act crap. There she goes. Yeah, so she steals Maleficent's whatever that is, and the evil queen's crown, which also turns her hair pink and purple, because that's how you know she's a bad kid. But, like,
What?
how lax is the security in this place? Because, like, this museum has all the most powerful, evil artifacts from all of Disney history. But apparently, any random teenager can just walk right in, take anything they want, do whatever this move is, and look at that, now you're a supervillain. I mean, you'd think this would happen on a more regular basis.
fuck?
You know, like some girl catches her boyfriend liking another girl's Instagram post and just... Anyway, so everyone's a little on edge right now because Uma's still out there somewhere, and now Maleficent's scepter's gone, so what are we supposed to do?
What do we do? How do we keep evil out of Auradon?
I think that there's only one way to guarantee their safety. I think that we have to close the barrier forever.
Now, of course, Mal doesn't want to do this, but she's kind of all out of options here. And on top of all that, she can't even tell her friends anything because, you know, dramatic tension. Anyway, so later on, Mal and friends are getting ready for Jane's birthday party when suddenly Audrey appears and tells Mal what's what.
I actually went through the whole Avatar series recently, all this summer. It's so fucking good still.
Is this
it's
a
so
joke?
fucking good.
Okay, Audrey.
Quit! It's not a toy. It's dangerous.
I want to be dangerous.
Oh my god.
I want to be dangerous? I mean, wearing this full-on leather bodysuit in the middle of summer seems like more than enough danger for me, you know what I'm saying? But sure, okay. Now, after this, Audrey uses the scepter to turn Mal into an old grandma because, as she puts it,
You think Ben will love you now, you old hag?
but I mean, the whole reason Ben fell in love with Mal in the first place is because she made him cookies and muffins and stuff, right?
True.
Well, you know who makes the best cookies you're ever gonna have? Grandmas, okay?
True.
So, joke's on you, Audrey. Anyway, so then we get some information that no one thought was important to mention until the third movie.
Aww.
There's no spell that can
So
reverse the
good.
curse of the
Who's your favorite
scepter.
Avatar
Well,
character?
that's a shame.
Audrey's out for revenge, and all of Auradon is in danger.
What should we do?
The only thing more
I think mine is
powerful than
Toph.
the scepter is Hades' Ember.
So the new MacGuffin for this movie is Hades' Ember, which is allegedly more powerful than Maleficent's scepter. But like in the last 2 movies, they told us that the fairy godmother's wand was like the most powerful thing in the universe or whatever, so I don't even know what to believe anymore. Anyway, everyone rushes over to the island to go find Hades. And of course, the spell on Mal wears off because magic doesn't work there, so I don't know what the point of all this was, but whatever. Anyway, so Mal and Celia find Hades and try to steal the Ember.
Wait, that's Hades? Why isn't he like old?
Hi, Dad.
Yeah, so turns out Hades is Mal's dad. And this is where we get a little backstory about why we didn't know about this until right now.
You abandoned me when I was a baby.
No,
I left
your mother.
She's not the easiest person to get along with.
You think?
Huh? You see?
We have something in common already. We both hate your
Blind
mother.
Bandit
You know, with all the
tattoo.
singing and the hair and whatever, like, it's easy to overlook that this movie's actually
I'm sure
kind
it
of
looks
dark.
great,
Like,
though.
this whole thing between Mal and her dad, I mean, this is some pretty heavy stuff for a Disney Channel movie. Anyway, so after Hades sings a song about how Mal's daddy
Hades
issues are
looks a
actually
little
a good
bit like
thing, not joking, by
Shark
the way,
Boy
that's
and Lava
actually
Girl.
the song, Mal gets the Ember and leaves. But just when everyone's about to head back to Auradon, Gil and Harry, the 2 guys from the second movie, jump through the barrier at the last second, and would you believe zany antics ensue?
Hey guys, we're just coming for a revisit.
Hey!
Oh, you're for real?
So now that Uma has the Ember, she agrees to help Mal stop Audrey if Mal will let everyone on the island go to Auradon if they want to. And of course, given the circumstances, once again, Mal has no choice. You know, I think I'm starting to see a pattern in this movie, but we'll see how it goes. Now, because of what happened in the second movie, everyone still kind of hates each other. But leave it to Evie over here to step in and give her 2 cents.
Here's a thought. We could try to be friends. Put our history behind us and celebrate our differences.
Yeah, okay, Evie, we could do that, but then we'd have to be nice to each other.
Thank you so much for all the
I might actually feel happy. I mean, my whole life is like 30% sarcasm and 70% always being just a little perturbed about something, so I don't know if that's gonna work for me. Anyway,
How you
somehow
doing, buddy?
they all make it back to Auradon and find everyone asleep or turned to stone, all thanks to Audrey.
I'm learning about the
They're
Descendants.
Everyone.
Nice emote.
I can't get Ben.
Looks
Or
so
Dizzy
fucking
or
cursed.
Doug.
Or Jane, the signal's out.
Dude, delicious. Oh, no. We're not doing this dog again, okay? You got me once, Disney Channel, but I don't have the emotional stability to go a second time. So everyone goes to the castle to find Audrey and or Ben, but that's when Audrey attacks them with some magical suits of armor. And things are looking so good, but then Mal gets an idea. And so they have a dance-off against the magic armor. And that's how they break the spell. By dancing.
No.
Anyway, after this, Mal, Evie, and Uma go off to find Audrey, while the guys try to find Ben, which they do, by the way, except, you know, he's kind of going through some things.
What the actual fuck is that? What?
But right at that moment, Jane shows up with some enchanted lake water and sprays it all over Ben, thus breaking Audrey's spell, mostly. So remember back when Mal said this?
There's no spell that can reverse the curse of the scepter.
Yeah, well, you know, turns out that was just a big old... We also learned that Jane avoided Audrey's spells by hiding in the aforementioned lake, while Audrey was doing the whole, like, obnoxious villain laugh thing.
Same.
Which, by the way, makes up like 80% of her lines in this movie. Now, going back to Jane for a second here, what exactly has she been doing this whole time?
Oh, yeah,
I mean, if the lake water can break
Did you have
or
a good
prevent
time?
any spell, like in the first movie or now in this one, why didn't she just spray everyone with the water and then go get the fairy godmother's wand? Wham, bam,
84
bibbidi, bow, movie's
million
over in 5
budget?
minutes.
Disney Channel movies, why do I do this to myself?
So anyway, long story short, Ben and all the guys reunite with Mal and everyone else, and now they're all just kind of best
Evil
friends
laugh.
for some reason.
Oh, he has a beard now.
Yeah, I'm so much better right now. Are you okay?
That's such a fake beard, though.
What is this?
Oh, yeah.
I can get used to this.
You like it?
I love this.
Yeah, okay, Mal,
so
back it up.
fucking
Leave some
fake.
room for Jesus, all right? Now, that night, everyone heads over to the fairy cottage where Audrey was supposedly staying. But when they get there, the only thing they find is Chad locked in a closet, which I gotta say, it's actually kind of impressive how Chad is in all 3 movies and does literally nothing this entire series. I mean, good for you, buddy. Anyway, so this is the point in the movie when everyone finds out the big secret that Mal's been keeping this whole time.
Someday, you're gonna have to tell me how you guys all got teamed up.
I'm gonna show this after this.
Mal promised to let all the kids off the aisle.
Hej
I lied to you.
Jag håller på att lära mig om The Descendants innan jag börjar med Shadow.
What do you mean?
The program is shut down.
And just like that, the fellowship is broken. Celia throws the ember into some water, so now that doesn't work anymore. Mal's in a tough spot. And if that wasn't enough, okay, right then, Audrey turns Ben, Carlos, Jay, and Evie to stone. Although she also gets that dog in there, so maybe it's not all bad. So after Mal sings a song about being true to herself, which I swear has to be like the 100th time she's done this so far, Audrey has Celia trapped on top of the tower. Mal transforms into a dragon to stop her, but she's not strong enough to win against Audrey's magic.
40 graders feber, my god, please rest. Drick mycket, snälla. Oh my god. Okej, så viktig fråga. Om Mals spell inte fungerar på Lost Island och blir människa, hur tar hon och är människa i Oregon igen? Yeah, apparently the spell broke. The spell broke when she went there or something. But yeah, I'm doing good. My voice is broken and I'm very tired from sleeping meds, but all good. Yeah, same spells.
And if you're a little confused about how we got from that last scene to this one, me too. Because like 12 things all happened in the span of like 30 seconds. Anyway, so like I said, Mal isn't strong enough, and of course Hades' Ember thing doesn't work, so time to pack it up, kids. Looks like it's all over for Oregon.
We're stronger together. Stronger together. I'm right here, Mal. Regain your might and ignite.
It's true. Hey. Oh, it's holding it so fucking fancy.
And just like that, everyone forgets everything that happened like 2 minutes ago, and it turns out the real magic was friendship all along.
Oh my fucking god.
So just to summarize here, Mal ends up defeating Audrey, but she may have gone a little too far and realizes that she needs the help of her dad, Hades, to bring Audrey back to life. And everyone just kind of brushes over the fact that Mal kills Audrey in this movie. Like I said, Descendants 3 is pretty dark. Anyway, at the very end, Ben and Mal are having a little engagement party. But that's when Mal realizes what she has to do about Oregon, the island, the barrier, just everything.
You never know where the bad is gonna come from. And you never know where the heroes are gonna come from either. We are all capable of good and bad. And that's why I can't be queen of just Oregon. I have to be queen of the Isle
purple hair?
too. And it's time that we take the barrier down forever.
So then Mal uses the fairy godmother's wand to take down the barrier, and now all the inner city kids get to hang out in the suburbs and dance on the most unsafe bridge I've ever seen. Like, is no one even a little concerned here? And that's when the movie ends.
God.
So yeah, I guess we're all just supposed to forget that Mal's mom is still a baby lizard living in a box. But hey, that's cool. Yeah, whatever, right, kids?
Fair enough.
Now, here's the thing. Having seen all 3 Descendants movies, I gotta say, Descendants 3, what happened? I guess my main issue is that they crammed so many songs into this movie that like the story barely gets any time to itself. Like Descendants 1 had the same problem, just reversed. And the second movie stuck a pretty good balance, I thought. But with this one, it's just like every tiny semi-important story beat gets its own musical number. I don't know, it's just this entire movie feels like the product of a meeting with some studio executive who's just like, you know what kids don't care about? A plot that makes sense. You know what kids love? Singing and dancing. So we're gonna do what Riverdale did for Abs, but with songs. There's gonna be music.
This is Alex Meyers breaking down the Descendants movies. Så chatten har pratat om The Descendants lite, så jag bara, fuck it, nu ska jag lära mig vad fan det är. Det finns en fjärde film.
Musical numbers everywhere, for no reason. We're gonna be millionaires. And also, something that really stood out, at least to me, was like, in the first 2 movies, there were some parts here and there that I thought were genuinely hilarious. But with this one, I guess maybe they were trying to target like a younger audience or something, but there's just no actual jokes. Like, characters would just say and do random things, and I guess it's supposed to be funny?
I noticed you were low on canned corn.
What?
Who wants gum?
You know, my dad said that his dad did not handle pain well at all.
Follow me, people.
What?
That's great, dude.
FYI, I give great cuddles too.
It's not even like quirky or tongue-in-cheek or anything. They just say random things. I guess I'm just a little disappointed, you know? I feel like they could have done a lot with Auradon and the whole world they built, but as the finale to a highly successful trilogy, it's just so... Even though I like to kind of make jokes about the series, and the Descendants movies don't really make a whole lot of sense if you think about it.
Especially after they had that kind of budget, that's fucking insane. Also very sad about Carlos. That's just sad in itself because he was so young. But I know what it is now, so that's good. Thank you for teaching me. I'm gonna see if this works. But yeah, thank you for teaching me about the Descendants. I will not watch them. Yes. I hope I made a trigger now. Yeah, let's fucking play Shadow the French hot dog.